And we're going back to our breaking news coming in from the NBA. Nick Nurse has been fired as the head coach of the Toronto Raptors. This comes after the Raptors were knocked out of contention this year, losing a play-in game against the Bulls. Nurse has been head coach for the past 5 seasons, guiding the Raptors to their first and only NBA championship in 2019, and what a victory that was. We are expected to hear from Raptors president Masai Ujiri later this morning at about 11 a.m. and we will bring that to you live. Let's now bring in TSN Radio's Matt Cauz, who's standing by with more. Matt, good morning. Your first thoughts on this news. Does this come as a big surprise, or was this in sort of the making?
This was in the making at the beginning of April when Nick Nurse, after a loss, talked about how when the season's done, he's going to take some weeks off and figure out his future, which was a weird comment when the Raptors were still only a game out of getting the 7th seed in the NBA, and he was under contract for next year. And that just raised a lot of eyebrows. So really, at that point, everyone started to wonder about his future. There was speculation that he was going to be linked with the Houston Rockets. So I don't think anyone is surprised. But I mean, I guess there's still always a bit of a shock considering the success that he's had with the Raptors.
That's right. And speaking of that success, honestly, I mean, 2018-19, the victory we saw of the Raptors back then, and of course, the joy on the streets of Toronto, we haven't seen that sort of momentum really picking up ever again.
No, we haven't. And by the way, I'll give credit for Nick Nurse, not only winning the championship, but the next year winning 50-plus games and another playoff round when Kawhi Leonard left for the Clippers, keeping the team competitive throughout. And, 2 years ago, they won 48 games. And just, I don't know what happened between them winning 48 games last year and this year. But his philosophy wasn't working. The players were obviously tuning him out. And Masai Ujiri and Nick Nurse clearly had different goals and vision for the Toronto Raptors. That's why Nick Nurse is no longer the head coach.
You know what? There is a statement that, of course, has been released by Raptors Vice Chairman and President Masai Ujiri, and I want to quote from that statement, and I'll come back to you, Matt. The statement reads in part, "The decision to make a change like this is never arrived at easily or taken lightly, especially when it comes to a person who has been an integral part of this franchise's most historic accomplishments, like we were discussing, and who has been a steady leader through some of our team's most challenging times. As we reflect on Nick's many successes, we thank him and his family, and we wish them best in the future." Bringing me to ask you the next question. I know it's too early, but if Nick Nurse is gone, who next?
And that has been the big question. And I think what you have to do is take a look at all the assistant coaches there. Is there someone there that is ready to step up? Because it was Nick Nurse who was an assistant for 5 years under Dwayne Casey. So does Masai Ujiri go that role? Or does he go a Hail Mary, someone we're not even expecting? And I think that's what I'm expecting more from Masai Ujiri, because the last couple of years, the team's inability to score late in games, the team's inability to generate offense in the half court, well, that's been the number one reason why the Raptors haven't been an elite-level team. Yeah. And that's on the players, that's on Nick Nurse, and maybe the other coaches as well. We've seen Masai Ujiri, trade away Carmelo Anthony when Masai Ujiri was in Denver. The deal for Kawhi Leonard, sending DeMar DeRozan back to San Antonio. I wouldn't be shocked to see a massive move that we're not expecting, because Masai Ujiri is capable of anything. And we know Masai Ujiri is really angry. He hates losing. I know that's a cliche. I feel like he hates losing just a little bit more than your average executive.
Right. I mean, who would really like to lose over here, as you're saying? But there's one thing else I want to talk to you about. You know that last statement, Matt? It says this is an opportunity for us to reset, for us to refocus. And that says a lot of what is on Masai Ujiri's mind.
Yeah, it really is. And what is, does that mean it's still about player personnel? Does that mean that they're still going to look at maybe trading one of their forwards, either Siakam or OG Anunoby? Or for that, maybe it's about just the philosophy has to change when it comes to the bench, when it comes to developing other players, which the Raptors had done in the past. When they won their championship, it was Norm Powell off the bench. It was Fred VanVleet. We haven't seen that the last couple of years. Nick Nurse didn't trust anyone. How much of that's on him? But also, how much of that's on Masai Ujiri and the players that were brought in, that were signed, that were drafted, that haven't worked out? The issues with the Raptors this year, yes, it goes on the coach, but it also has to go on the team president and the players as well.
Indeed. So talking about the players, I mean, if you were to gauge what's happening within the team and, the morale in the team, what would you say, Matt?
I say the morale is really bad. Fred VanVleet actually came out and said, we need to change our philosophy. You know, the Raptors are a very unorthodox team in terms of starting everyone that was like 6'9" with a long wingspan. And then they got better when they were actually a little more traditional, when they brought in Jakob Poeltl, bringing in a traditional big man. So I think there was frustration in the style of play. And the style of play, it worked last year because I think it caught a lot of teams off guard. But then you had an offseason where teams were able to study film and be able to find the weaknesses of the Raptors and exploit it. And Toronto didn't really change, certainly didn't change quickly enough. And also I think part of this is just the human element of, after so many years, eventually a coach has to go. And it's not as much the fault of the coach or the players. It's just sort of the human dynamic that sometimes players start to tune out and they need a new message.
All right. And of course, it's been a long stint there for Nick Nurse, being the assistant coach for about 5 years and then the coach for another 5. And here he has, of course, been fired by the Raptors. We leave it at that for now. TSN Radio's Matt Cauz. Appreciate you joining us, Matt. Thanks for this update.
Absolutely.